Let's learn how to make a Starbucks matcha latte at home. After recently paying almost $7 for a matcha latte at Starbucks, I was determined to try and make my own version at home. This is easier to do than you might think, and you can actually save a lot of money and time if you make it yourself. The first step is to get some good matcha. For matcha lattes, most coffee shops use lower quality matcha blended with sugar. I checked on their website to confirm that they did blend their matcha mixture with sugar, but I was relieved to see that they did get their green tea from Japan. What I would recommend is that you use either a latte grade matcha, or if you really want to go for higher quality, you can make your latte with ceremonial grade matcha. These ceremonial grade matchas are made from younger leaves and they are shaded for a longer time, which gives them a smoother flavor. They also come from the first harvest, so they contain higher levels of nutrients. For a latte, we recommend going for a Yabukita matcha like the Matcha Kakitsubata, as it has a stronger taste profile that will show through the milk. If you're trying to save money on your daily matcha latte, we recommend you go for a latte grade matcha, which will only cost you about $1 per latte that you make. Add about 2 teaspoons of matcha powder to the bowl and pour in around a half cup of water. You can either use water at 175 degrees if you're making a warm matcha latte, or you can use room temperature water if you're making an iced matcha latte. When it comes to mixing the matcha into the water, there are a few different methods you can use. The best way to do it is with the bamboo tea whisk or chasen. This is a traditional tool to use when it comes to whisking up foamy bowls of matcha. The whisk is made out of a single piece of bamboo, and the 100 tiny bristles move through the water to aerate the tea, giving it a smoother and creamier texture. If you don't have one of these at home, you can also use a metal whisk or even a fork. These metal tools don't work quite as well as the bamboo whisk, and they also create a lot of noise, which may throw off your morning routine. There are slightly easier ways to mix your matcha latte. You can also use a shaker jar, similar to how they might make it at Starbucks. Just add your matcha powder into the jar, pour in the water, and then shake it up. Once you've mixed the matcha powder into the water, you can then simply add in some ice cubes, add in the soy, almond, or oat milk, and then stir it up. For this experiment, we used 2 cups of almond milk, which created about 20 ounces of matcha latte, the same size as the one I almost paid $7 for. If you have an electric whisk or a milk frother at home, this can be a good tool for mixing together your matcha and almond milk. Just make sure not to fill the glass too high or the drink may spill over. Also, try to keep the electric whisk deeper in the matcha latte, otherwise it may spray all over the place if it's too close to the surface. One final touch you can add if you're making an iced matcha latte is to make matcha ice cubes. One of the problems with iced matcha lattes at Starbucks is that once the ice melts, the flavor of the latte gets watered down. The solution to this is just to freeze some matcha in an ice cube tray the night before you make your latte, and you can use that to keep your drink cold. As the ice melts, instead of watering down the latte, it will actually create a stronger matcha flavor. So here we have a matcha latte that looks about the same as the one we just bought. When you add up the matcha powder and the almond milk I used to make it, this latte probably cost me around $1.40 to create, compared to the $6.40 I paid for the venti matcha latte at Starbucks. If you make it yourself every morning instead of buying it, you can save $5 every day. The one last thing to address is the sweetness of the drink. If you decide to create your own matcha latte at home, I would encourage you to use that as an opportunity to add less sweetener to the latte. If you really want to make your matcha latte sweeter, I measured it out and found that by stirring in about 3 tablespoons of sugar, you will get a latte that tastes nearly identical to the one from Starbucks, which contains up to 43 grams of sugar. You can try and use a little bit less each time until your taste buds adapt to the new flavor. Thank you all so much for watching. Now you should have everything you need to make your own delicious matcha lattes at home. Hopefully this is an opportunity to save a lot of money, cut back on added sugar, and also experiment with different recipes to see which drinks you like most. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.